Welcome to Win With Barlow, the podcast where we turn your entrepreneurial dreams into reality. With your host, Akira Barlow. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of DNA testing businesses. Looking to maintain momentum or ready to scale? This series is your guide to success. Let's get started.
Hello, cousins, and welcome to audio lesson number 3. This is an amazing series. I gotta just give it to myself. Like, hey, girl, you doing a damn thing with this, okay? So, look, we are on episode 3, and in this episode, we're just going through some basic DNA testing business startup FAQ. All right, I know that is something that is needed. So that's what we're doing. So before we get into all of that, hey y'all already know it's your cousin Akira Barlow, Win With Barlow over on IG. I'm known for my serial hustle, my serial entrepreneurship journey, and we're on the DNA testing vibe. Yes, I own multiple businesses, but we are just on this particular segment for right now. For right now in this audio lesson, little series, we are focusing on DNA testing. So let's get into some FAQ, because it's always like, what do I need? What do I need? Do I have to have this? Do I have to have this? I looked this up. I can't find this. Like, what do I need to do? So let's just get into some basic FAQ. I got some questions here from some of my Instagram followers, and we are just going to dive right into it. So, of course, the first thing is, what do I need to get started? Akira, I want us to do DNA testing. What is it that I need to get started? And honestly, you don't need very much. You are literally starting this business with just an LLC, an EIN, I would say a business phone number, a business bank account, of course, a payment processor. You do want to get your Duns and Bradstreet number just for business credit purposes. I do recommend a website and just your social media pages. I think that's the standard basics that you'll need for any business. So that is what you're going to need for this DNA testing thing. The special thing that you're going to need to actually make it a DNA testing business is an actual lab partnership. So you are going to be partnering with a lab in order to get them to give you supplies, of course. So the lab, they will be supplying all of the DNA testing supplies to you, and you in turn, of course, will be able to use it on your customers. So that is how you really activate the DNA testing business thing. Like, you can have all the other stuff in place, but you're not really a DNA testing business until you actually have a lab account, a lab partnership. So who should you be partnering with? And that's always, always like, what lab I go to? What lab? And it's up to you. In the description box, I'm going to put a link to just a bunch of accredited labs that you can reach out to and research. But I am going to recommend maybe Choice DNA, DDC, DNA Diagnostic Center. They are the plug of this whole thing. I would recommend them. And maybe Alliance DNA. So Google those, kind of see what their requirements are. And those are the companies that I would say, hey, reach out to actually start your DNA testing business and to get it going. All right. How much money? Everybody always want to know about the coins, baby. I understand. How much money do you need to actually start a DNA testing business? Now, of course, the more the better, right? Of course, if you got some money and you can do a few things, it's going to make things a lot easier. You'll probably see a lot more faster results. But initially starting out, I would just say $1,000. Like, set your cushion at $1,000. And that is like starting a business. That is some basic marketing stuff and, some actual DNA certification training or whatever. Like, that is what I am going to say. You need at least $1,000 just to get started. All right. The next question that I always get is, what do I need to start marketing? I got my business going, but what do I need to get? What do you think I should spend my money on if I'm just getting started? What should I get? And me personally, I am just going to say flyers, of course. Duh. Duh. That is like the standard, right? But I would just make sure they're very engaging. I wouldn't make my flyers so congested with a lot of information, with a lot of little bald-headed babies. Like, I wouldn't do that to my flyers. I would keep it very simple, very clean, and just very centered around what it is I'm offering or who I'm actually advocating for. So I would get some flyers, and then I would stay away from business cards. I don't know about you, but for me, I don't really care for a business card. Like, I got tons of them over in a basket, like behind my desk. I never really go back to them. Let me just be real. Do you? I I don't. I'm not gonna even lie. Like, if I like you and we are bonding and we're connected, I'm gonna follow your socials. If you don't have socials, then I got you in my phone. But I rarely go through and sort business cards again and say, "Oh, I forgot about this lady. Let me call her." Like, I rarely do that. And if I do think of somebody and I've gotten their business card, it's like, dang, I got their business card. Where the hell did I put it? I probably use it as a bookmark in a book or something. So I would stay away from business cards. I would say Facebook ads. I'm not gonna even lie. Like, a lot of people like, I don't know about those. They're so techy. I don't know how to do them. But I would just start with my basic general flyer that's very clean, and start with that as an ad. And that gets a lot of traction because you can reach so many people, in a certain area faster than you can with like actual like flyers and getting out in the element, getting outside. So I would say, um, ads, running ads, that has been a tremendous part of my business success. We'll talk about that in another episode, of course, when we get to marketing, but absolutely, I am going to say Facebook ads. I would probably invest maybe I don't know, whatever your budget is, $5 to $6 a day if you could. If you can't do that much, maybe starting out in maybe $2 or $3, but just focusing on you know Facebook ads. It gets to a lot of people. I will build my social media pages up so that when they do click on the ad and they come to my page, it is juicy. Okay, it's juicy, baby. It's full of stuff. Even if I haven't had any clients, or even if I haven't made any money, I'm gonna make sure that my content is good. I'm gonna make sure that my social media pages are backing me up. So absolutely, I would not get business cards. I would get flyers, and I would get some social media ads just to kind of get the buzz going. Next, I would say I would probably spend my money on probably I'm trying to be affordable. Like, I'm not trying not to go crazy on you, because y'all know my marketing mind is like, whoo. But if I was like, didn't have a lot of money and I'm just getting started and just popping out with this thing, I would most likely, I'm not gonna lie, I would get a radio ad. Just not gonna lie. I was trying to hold it in and not say that because I felt like, oh, that may not be realistic for a lot of people, but just call and see. Call the radio ad, call the radio station, see how much it is to run an ad, see how much it is to, you know, just drop something out there. You know what I'm saying? And I would get somebody to make it online, maybe Fiverr or a friend or a radio personality, just something very clean and simple. Because the thing is, this DNA thing is like, you got to reach a lot of people at a fast rate. Like, that's how you're making your money. Like, a lot of people are hearing about it, they're learning about it, they know about it. So it's like, okay, I gotta do something that's gonna make some traction, like some. So I would say that, but if I had to just go on a lower end, I would probably invest in maybe a car magnet. I would say that is if you're out a lot. Now, if you are like me and you in the house, baby, don't get no car magnet. I'm just saying, like, I don't be out enough. Like, so it's like that probably wouldn't get a lot of traction on my end because I ain't going nowhere but to the grocery store, maybe. But maybe a car magnet. Facebook ads, though, flyers, of course, it's just going to be what I'm going to stick with, just on a general scale. All right. So, marketing wise, that's what I would start out with. All right. So, of course, people are asking about a lab. We already covered that, of whatever. Next question. If you were a brand new DNA testing business, what would you say to get partnerships? How do you get them? What are they for? So partnerships are basically just a way for you to be able to build an extensive list of clientele. It's like, hey, you partner with a doctor. Hey, you partnering with a young lady that may work at the WIC office, right? You are paying them to send you business, or you are literally collaborating with them and you're coming to an agreement with them on how much you're going to pay them for every referral, or if you're coming into their office to do it, or are they going to just send a person to you, whatever that looks like. That is what that partnership is. That's what it is designed for. So when you are partnering with people and you have partnerships, I got literally over 300. I know that sounds amazing, right? It can get hectic, but to me, I knew that in order to scale this thing, in order to like do the massive number of tests that I'm trying to do each week, I need a lot of people. So that is why I got these people in place. So these are literally just not real estate agents, excuse me. These are really just OBGYNs. These are doctors. These are private investigators. These are ancestry clubs. These are people like this that I know that they need DNA testing services. So I'm partnering with them. We're coming to an agreement. I'm paying them, or I'm giving them a referral, whatever it looks like for us. And they're bringing me clients. We're selling my kits. That is what the partnership looks like. So as a new business, that is what you're striving to do. And as far as what you're going to say, you're going to just explain your business. I get that a lot though. I'm not gonna lie, I get that a lot. It's like, hey Akira, I don't know what to say. I don't know who to partner with. I don't know what to say. And it's like, take a deep breath, take a step back, look at your business and say, hey, I own a DNA testing business. Who needs the service? Who needs me? And those are the people that you partner with. And when you go to talk about your service to explain it, that is what you're explaining. You're explaining the benefit of the relationship that you're creating with them. You're explaining why they need to offer this as a service. And then you're explaining how that partnership looks for you and your brand, and how it will look for them if they partner. So that's what all of that looks like. So partnerships are crucial. They have changed my life tremendously. They have put so much money into my pocket, baby. So definitely make that a point of revenue in your business. Like, I need to connect with people to make more money. All right. Do you need a phlebotomy certification in order to start a DNA testing business? And the answer is no, you don't need a phlebotomy certification. But, all right, it's always a but, right? But if you do have one, it does open up doors for you to be able to offer different testing options. So gender reveals, your non-invasive prenatal DNA test, these things are done literally with a blood sample. So you have to be able to collect blood, and you will need that in order to do the service. Now, a lot of people are always asking, if I'm a nurse, if I'm a medical assistant, do I need a standalone phlebotomy certification? Honestly, I don't know. Let me just say that. But let me also just say this. There were nurses in my phlebotomy class. So apparently it may be needed. So let me just say, if you're not good at it, if you think you need to brush up on your skills with that as a like direct service, then maybe you do need to take a phlebotomy class and get certified in it. You can always hire a partner with one if you don't have a certification, or if drawing blood just is not your thing. I get it, man. Baby, I used to think I was the same way. But if you want to offer that service and you don't have anybody, I would just partner with somebody. I would reach out to maybe my local phlebotomy school and recruit a student, or just put an ad on Indeed, something like that. Maybe, a family member, and I would just pay them for every time that I would need them for the service. So no, you don't need a phlebotomy certification, but it can open up some doors for you financially in this business. All right. Okay. So that was a weird noise, wasn't it? Excuse me. So the next question is, can you do this thing with the 9 to 5? And I don't see why not. I do think that there are some great advantages of already having a job and starting a business. Like, I'm going to advocate for that every single time, baby, because if you work at a job, you got money to invest, right? Or you should. So I would say, absolutely, you can definitely have a job, a full-time job, and do this. You can literally work this business on the weekends. You can set your appointments before you go to work or after you get off work. If you even got time on your lunch break, like, it's a mobile business in most cases. So whatever you have to do to make it work, I would literally use my lunch break to make calls and follow up with people and get my appointments set. I would have a website. I probably would even use something like Opus. They have like a phone receptionist, I think, that comes with their virtual address. Don't quote me on it, but just go check it out. Opus is OPUS. I know that Grasshopper, they have a phone system called Ruby, Ruby, where a live receptionist can take calls for you. So look up some different options and kind of make this thing work for you, because you absolutely can if you have a 9 to 5. You don't have to jump out the gate and quit your job or anything like that right away. You literally can just start this thing with, your 9 to 5. And that is how I would do it. I will market on my days off, network on my days off. And when that thing got up and started, taking off, I would probably quit that 9 to 5, just being real. So those are just some of the basic questions to starting a DNA testing business. What it looks like to actually get started. I wanted to keep these audio lessons really short, so I'm going to pause for right now on this topic. I hope that you have found it useful and beneficial. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Also, follow me on Instagram, Win With Barlow. Talk to you guys soon.